Do you believe in aliens?
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, yes, I have. I've seen aliens before. Here in Reno, I have seen aliens with my own eyes.
Do you think they drink wine? Do you think they would like wine if they could drink wine? Or maybe they have.
I think that, yeah, they gotta be
Because wine
drunk
goes
and high
way
off
back.
a lot of stuff, because they do random like just run around in circles and like stick poles in the middle of the grass. So they probably are drunk while they're doing that, I'm assuming.
So what do they look like?
It was what I saw was a glowing being, and it had just like you hear, like a pretty big head, small body. It was about 4 feet tall, and they would run really, really, really fast. I was in my room and I was playing Madden.
How old were you?
I was about 11.
So you were a child.
And I was in my room playing Madden, which I still do to this day. And I heard my mom, my sister, my stepdad out in the living room, and they were like, "Oh my God!" And my mom came to the room. She's like, "There's aliens running around in the mountain," and I was like, "You guys are crazy." But it started scaring me, and so I walked out there, and sure as there were these things on the mountain, and they were like a light bulb, but in a human form almost. And they'd get down and they'd run.
Like the stuff you see in the movies, per se, or?
Yeah, well, I didn't see any eyes, or it looked like a light bulb, but in a human, like in a body shape. I saw the arms, the head was pretty big, the body was skinny.
But no wine gut.
No wine gut. Well, it probably goes right through them. I don't know if they're like they're matter.
Their metabolism's
They're
high?
just matter. They're not really.
Right.
You probably put your hand through them. I don't know. And they ran really fast, and they took off over the mountain. And I'm gonna tell you something though. My daughter Zariah, who is 9 now.
I can't believe she's 9.
Yeah, I know.
I just remember when she was born.
She's old enough, and she knows about this stuff. And she goes, "Daddy, I want to see where you saw the aliens."
Wow.
So I said, "Oh, I don't know if you're ready for that." I was like, "Hey, sure, why not?" So we had a nice father-daughter day where I took her to the mountain where we saw the aliens. And here's the creepy part. We were sitting there, and there was this lady watching us from the porch. And she's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing down there?" And I was like, "Yeah, startled as shit." And I was like, "Okay, I lived downstairs from where you live right now a long time ago, and there's aliens running around on this mountain. And I wanted to show her I saw them and hope that one popped up. You never know." And she's like, "Funny thing you should say that." She goes, "I have experiences here." And I was like, "Still?" And she's like, "Well, how long ago did you live here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm talking like 21 years ago." She's like, "'Cause I've been here for a long time. I don't remember you." And I'm like, "I'll do this like 21 years ago." She's like, "Oh my God, these buildings were here for that long?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I always experienced, I went to take my dog outside. And I came back, and there was a pole sticking right out of the grass, right where I had to enter my house." And I was like, "That is pretty weird." She's like, "But let me tell you something else." She's like, "I sleep at night, and I looked out the window, and there's lights flashing through the blinds." And I'm like, "That's odd, because there's no road up there. It's just hill. So what are these flashing lights?" And I was like, "Dude, the things that are up there are glowing, and they create almost like a trail of light that follows them." And then the creepiest part is her husband, who I met. He told me the weirdest thing, because these alien things make screaming noises, like a real high-pitched screaming banshee kind of noise.
Gotcha.
So
kind of like Evanescence, kind of like up there.
Yeah, but more like I can't do it.
Like screaming scorpion.
Like a screaming, scary ass, not from this world's high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. And that's what they sound like. And they go, and they run around, and you can hear that. And the weird thing is, and I know this in my head, these guys don't know that, and they see the flashing lights, so it's already like, I think they're still there 20 plus years later. He goes, "You know what's very odd to me too? I hear these screams on the mountain, and it sounds like an animal getting murdered." And he's like, "But every time I look at this mountain, I don't see a single living creature. Like, I've never seen a squirrel. I've never seen..."
Do you think they're screams of joy or screams of sadness?
I think if they're just communicating, or they're just saying...
Or they had too much wine?
They're too drunk. They had some nutty fruitcake wine that, yeah. Anyway...
They didn't have the good stuff.
No. They're mad. They're having withdrawals, and they're looking for it. So anyway, yeah. So this was only like a few months ago. So I think they're still up there. And they invited me to come up anytime I want, bring my daughter. We can sit on the porch.
That's brave.
She goes, "My husband Jim can grab the flashlight, and we can go look for him." And it was like so weird because she was like a gypsy lady, man. It was like the perfect
Wow.
person to run into.
Right.
So anyway, yeah. So I really never really told that on like a public forum like this. So it's out there, man. If you don't
Have it
believe,
online.
you're super naive and need to
I can
reevaluate
whine.
yourself.
Look in